Did you know that Ather, the Indian EV startup, is failing in India? Despite their top quality electric scooters, not many are opting for them. Let's see why. In 2013, two students at the prestigious IIT Madras, Tarun Mehta and Swapnil Jain, decided to enter the EV market. Initially, they decided to manufacture components and batteries for other EV scooters. However, they always dreamed of creating a brand, which led them to consider manufacturing their own EV scooter. Back in 2013, there weren't many EV scooters to buy. Most were extremely ugly, had terrible performance, and were riddled with issues. This made them consider the manufacture and sale of EV scooters from top to bottom completely in India. They knew that since EV scooters were not popular in India, their battery business wouldn't be that successful either. So the only way out was to manufacture top quality EV scooters that people would actually want to buy. Most EV scooter owners were early buyers and hated their vehicles. This is where they met their first hurdle. The prototypes that they had built at IIT Madras were successful, but this was done with 5 lakh rupees granted by their college. To create a successful assembly line, they needed crores of rupees. This wasn't possible, so I raised money through crowdfunding. When they received initial funds, they started manufacturing a few scooters and fulfilling their crowdfunding pre-orders. However, their assembly line faced several issues, for which they sold 25% of their shares to Hero MotoCorp. This helped them gain knowledge in terms of assembly line design in addition to the 200 plus crores that they received from Hero. One problem they faced throughout was the price point. By 2021, competitors like Ola Electric, TVS, and Bajaj had already entered the market. They were importing the hardware from China and selling it in India. These giants spent millions on marketing. They also had existing networks of dealers and sellers to push their products. Not to mention that importing the tech from China was much cheaper than making the hardware in India. Ather was always a made-in-India company, but this was hurting them because making the hardware in India was very expensive. In addition to this, Ather was a quality-driven company that focused on making high-quality components and hardware. It had its own software design in-house. The owners had always thought if they put technology first and marketing second, they would win, but they were wrong. Sounds confusing, doesn't it? But that's exactly what happened. The average Indian consumer always preferred low prices over high quality. This was the strategy that Fogg used to succeed in India. They drove out Axe, a multinational company, with this simple strategy. Indians prefer quantity over quality. Ola Electric spent millions on marketing. It has suffered several issues. Its EV scooter is far from perfect, but it's still the #1 scooter seller in India with the highest market share. This simply proves that products only work in the Indian market if you sell them at low prices, combined with aggressive marketing. The Ola EV had severe software issues, and they got attention for all the wrong reasons. Their scooters caught fire, and videos went viral on social media. But customers still prefer to buy it, because it was cheaper than an Ather. Ather's 450X price starts at Rs 1.42 lakh, which is Rs 12,647 costlier than the base model of Ola S1 Pro, priced at 1.29 lakh. Ather has always stated that its customers receive top quality products. They have delivered great word of mouth, but a few happy customers don't do the job. Their expensive scooters targeted the premium segment when most Indian consumers who ride two-wheelers would not spend that much on their vehicles. With great product quality, minimal marketing, and high price points, India was struggling. That's when they drew inspiration from Hero's supply chain. To stop draining money, they started manufacturing fewer scooters. They reduced the price point and survived in the market. However, since 2021, the EV scooter market is extremely crowded. With many other companies to compete with, Ather is still lagging behind in sales. However, their top-notch quality and safe design might help them scale. Don't you think Ather deserves to succeed? With cheap products scaling up and sending a negative signal to the market, which is that poor quality products with low prices win, Ather seems like a breath of fresh air. What do you think they can do to scale up? Ather's management has stated that they think software updates and bike accessories will help them increase revenue. Because EV scooters have fewer components, there isn't much revenue that comes in from repairs and replacements. To support this claim, 15% of their current revenue comes from the latest model helmets and software updates on their scooters. The software runs the scooter's entire system and assists the rider. What happens to this revenue remains to be seen. Will the EV two-wheeler industry be able to sustain itself off accessory profit streams? The founders of Ather had initially experimented with other electric products, but when that failed, they explored battery swapping technology. This eventually led them to the electric scooter space. The plan to replace batteries on old EVs was not scalable. EVs had yet to reach acceptability in India, and being in the background of the EV space didn't satisfy the founders. The only solution was to build quality electric vehicles, scooters in this case, that propelled Ather's journey. Their plan was to replace terrible quality scooters imported from China by their competitors. They aimed to manufacture scooters that were so powerful that they could compete with even petrol-powered scooters. The first prototype was ironically modeled after a Yo scooter imported from China. This was made with 5 lakh rupees rented by IIT Madras. Later, they charged 85,000 rupees to customers to start their first crowdfunding effort. Even though this wasn't a scalable approach, it helped them start their manufacturing journey. This strategy caught the attention of IIT alumnus Srini V. Srinivasan, who invested 25 lakhs into their vision and helped them set up their first office. The development phase spanned 5 intense years, culminating in the unveiling of the Ather S340 in 2016. However, turning a functional prototype into a production-ready vehicle proved to be a difficult task. Ather had to design and manufacture every component, often struggling to find vendors in India who could meet their quality standards. Once, they went to a manufacturer or vendor and asked if they could manufacture a 1.5mm thick component for the company. The vendor refused because the lowest they could go was 2.5mm. This was a challenge, because most vendors couldn't manufacture parts that matched Ather's quality standards, and they had to start their own manufacturing facility. Manufacturing all the components by themselves in India seemed to be a daunting task. Despite these challenges, Hero MotoCorp's investment of Rs 205 crore provided a significant boost, enabling Ather to set up a production facility in Bengaluru and launch the Ather 340 and Ather 450 in 2018. Despite the innovative design and performance of the Ather 450, financial challenges were difficult to overcome. The production cost of Ather 450 was nearly Rs 5 lakh, while it sold only for Rs 1.25 lakh, resulting in a 350% negative gross margin. To address this, Ather limited its production of electric scooters to 200 scooters per month and learned from Hero's expertise to streamline processes and cut costs. Exactly how they were inspired by Hero is not known, but by 2021, Ather had achieved positive gross margins, but the competitive landscape had shifted dramatically. India now has several entrants in the electric scooter industry. Customers had many options to buy from. Okinawa captured a significant market share by importing scooters from China, and Ola's aggressive marketing strategies overshadowed Ather's technological efforts. At this time, Okinawa had significantly increased its sales. By 2024, Ola had established dominance in the market with a 50% share, leaving Ather far behind. One of the critical mistakes made by Ather was their lack of a good marketing strategy. They had the best product quality and technology. They focused on providing the best customer experience, but, unfortunately, lagged behind in sales. Ola had a far worse product but used marketing to create hype that translated to product sales. Despite these missteps, Ather had been able to create good word of mouth. Their customers have been highly satisfied with their product. They plan to provide over-the-air updates for their in-house software, which is a targeted revenue stream. This means that customers don't have to visit a dealership to update their software like most owners of EVs do. They plan on using smart helmets called Halo to go with their scooters. This will probably have seamless links with the vehicle software and will allow them to create future revenue streams. Ather Energy's journey is a testament to the challenges and rewards of pioneering in the EV market. Do you think Ather will beat Ola and emerge stronger? Do let us know in the comments. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe.